guys, thank you very much. And this is Pro Graphics once again. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, try your best to subscribe to my channel. Today we are retouching this particular image, and we are going to do a few adjustments to this image before we start with our retouching. Guys, I want you to notice something. Now when you look at this image, you'll get to know that this part of the ear has short light. So if you are saying you are going to give light to this side, for instance, basically as you do, you come over here, come to the curves adjustment layer, then you increase it like this, then Control I to invert. Then maybe you take your brush, then you begin to, let me increase the size of my brush, then you begin to paint so that the ear will show. So we have this one, but looking at this image, the way it was shot, I suggest that let's take off this ear from here to this side a little bit before we start with this tutorial. So let me delete this. Okay, then Ctrl J to duplicate my image. Then let me zoom in. So what you are going to do, you are going to take it from here, then relieve here, because this side is where the earring is. So let's take our stamp tool, Ctrl D to take off the selection, and let's increase the size of our stamp tool a little bit. Then you press on Alt and select a sample around, then begin to do this. So guys, see, it begins to duplicate it with the hair. So let's do this. Okay, so you can come over here, Alt, pick a sample over here, and then begin to work on it like this. So I think let's maintain it this way, so as if like the hair has covered the part of the ear, and this side is showing. So let's zoom out a little bit and let's look at the before and the after of this particular image. So before, after, before, after. Okay guys, so let's duplicate our image again. And what you know, I usually take my spots and blemishes before I start with my frequency separation. So what I'm going to do is, any distraction in this image, I have to take it out. So I'll come for the spot healing brush, or I can use the same stamp tool or the patch tool. Okay. Separation. So since our panel is loading, let's go for our frequency. I come for my frequency separation and my action over here. Continue. Okay, so let's push it a little bit to somewhere. Let's do it. Okay, let me see this one. Okay, so you increase to the time that you see less texture. Okay, so I think the 10 is okay. So stop. So those that have studied me for some time now, you get to know that I'll bring my black and white over here to help me do the I'll bring in my black and white to help me do, so I'll crush the reds so that it will help me to do my frequency separation very well using the mixer brush. So I come and choose the lower one, then I come for my mixer brush. Always make sure the brush is clean. I'll leave my wet at 9, 75, 90, 30, then 10. So let me take off the texture, then I begin to paint like this. Now don't mix the shadows with the highlight when you are doing this work. Don't mix the shadows with the highlight. Okay, so let's mix it. Let me increase the size of my brush. Okay. So the reason why you use the black and white is to help us mix very well, okay, to know the difference between the highlights and the shadows. Okay, like this side, seeing the there are shadows over here, so okay, so here. So this side you go like this. We can't do it this way. You go like this. You go like this. Okay, so guys, let's bring the texture and let's see what we have done. So let's bring the texture, take the black and white out. So before, after, before, after. Okay, so let's continue mixing. Okay, come here, mix. Okay, okay, let's continue mixing. Okay, so look at this place, you have to mix it well. Okay, so let's make the black and white, so it takes all the texture. And over here, the more plastic it becomes, the more better your image looks like. So do some shallow ones over here. Okay, so remember, you don't mix the highlights with the shadows. You blend them, but you don't mix them. Okay. So from here, you're going to use the Lasso tool as usual. Okay. So let's reduce it here. Okay. Okay. So let's take off the black and white. Bring out the texture. So let's go out before. After, before, after. So let's blend it well. Okay. So guys, from here, you come over here, you come and choose your Lasso tool. Then let's leave our pixels to somewhere 10. Or let's do it 15, sorry, let's do it 15 over here. Then you choose your lower or your blur, then you draw the face like this. Okay, so you always know that when I retouch, I want the image to look natural, so you're not going to fake anything over here. So you come to filter, then you come to blur, then you come to Gaussian blur. Then remember, use 10, so times 2 or times 3. So times 2 will be 20. But you can't see the effect that you want, so let's use 30 over here. Then you just click OK. So if you feel like you have used the effect somewhere and it's too much, I'll show you how to reduce it. So let's apply it over here. Now when you have applied it over here and you feel like it's too much, you come to you left click on the same selection, then you go to fade Gaussian blur. So you can see when I reduce it, you can see it is working. So that's how you reduce it when you feel like you have over applied your Gaussian to your blur. Okay, so come over here. So guys, remember you have not touched here at all, so you have to do the same thing as we did over here. So before, after, so you can see we have done a lot of work. Now over here there are a lot of distractions, so you can use the gesture now, then come to our spot and healing brush, then we take off those distractions from the skin so that I can have a perfect skin to work on. Okay, so that is it. We have some over here, we have some too here, we have some here. So you come to our mixer brush again, then let's bring our black and white, then let's increase the size, come to our mixer brush and we begin to paint. Okay, so when you come to the light, we do it this way. So we go here. Okay, do the same thing to the hands. Okay, but remember you want it to look natural as it is. So and remember you are going to have our skin tone, so there's a lot to do with this image. I hope guys you are following the steps. So if you are new on this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel, and those my subscribers too that are watching this video, I'm well pleased for you coming back. So let's take off the black and the texture and take off the black and white, and let's see what we have done so far at the texture and see. So before, after, before, after. So the same place, let's do this over here. Okay, so now let's come for our Lasso 2. Remember always you have selected the lower because that's what you're working on. Left click, apply your Gaussian blur. You do the same thing over here. Okay, apply your Gaussian blur. Okay, the pixels I selected is less, so you come over here, you select your Gaussian blur. So here is too much, so what you're going to left click, you're going to fade Gaussian blur, then reduce it. Okay, reduce it. Okay, so let's come here, we do likewise here. Okay, so Gaussian blur. So what you are going to do is that when you see this image, you can see that the face bright more than the neck and the chest and the hand. So the next thing that we are going to do, if you are okay with this, we just zoom out, see, before, after, before, after. Okay, you select this one, Ctrl or Shift E, then let's go to camera raw so that we blend the face with the hand and the chest. Then we do our skin tone so that the face will match with the neck. Okay, so what you are going to do, you are going to push the shadows like this, then you are going to push the blacks a little bit. Okay, oh guys, you can see like this. Then we bring down our highlight small, then push the contrast small. So before, after. So let's click OK like this, then create a clipping mask, Ctrl I, and then let's paint this side. So let's change our brush to our soft round brush, opacity 100%, but here let's reduce the flow to somewhere 66, then let's zoom, then paint. Okay, there's some shadows over here. Okay, it's too much here, so you can do something different over there. Okay, so let's paint here. then paint here. Okay, increase the size of our brush. Okay, and paint here. Okay, okay, do the same thing to this side. Reduce the size of our brush. Okay, okay, this is what we call post-production. Okay, okay, so let's see the before, after, before, after. So you can see we are getting an even skin tone. Okay, okay, so let's see before, after. Okay, add here to it. Let's see. Okay, come here. Okay, so here too you can see that a little bit of blacks over here. So here we use the curves to fix that. You come to the curves, you lift up the curves a little bit, then that one too, you Control I to invert it. Then let's paint here a little bit, then paint here a little bit. Okay, paint here. Okay, don't worry. Okay, it's too much. Let me take it off. So the next thing that you are going to do is what we are doing, you are trying to make sure that, now let me group this one. So Alt, so I want to do something right here. So you can see the before and the after. So this is the before and the after, before, after, before, after. So all what you are doing, you are trying to make sure that you have a correct skin tone. Then we blend whatever so that the image will become a perfect image. So guys, don't worry. Okay, so let's go on. So Control Alt Shift E. Then the next thing that you are going to do is to get a correct skin tone for this particular image. So let's duplicate this. But before you get a skin tone, let's do some small color grading first before we do some skin tone to this image. Okay, so let's try to crash this once. See the violence. Okay, let's see here. Now let's go to the oranges and let's look at something over there. So colors. Let's come here. Then let's try bringing the oranges down small. Push it up low. Okay. Okay, so let's change the hue to and see from the oranges. Okay. Okay. So let's come to the hue and bring it down a little bit. The saturation. Then let's come to the luminance, bring it down a little bit. Okay, so guys, let's see before, after, so you can see. So from here, let's go to our calibration and tweak it a little bit to over here. So let's check the blues. Okay, let's go this way. Then let's see. Okay, then let's see the greens. Okay, okay, so this way. Okay, so let's see the reds. Okay, see the before and the after. Before, after. Okay. Okay. So guys, I think it's okay for now. So with what we have gotten, let's try to use the skin tone. So let's come over here. Okay, then invert this one, then take our levels, add it to it, then let's group this, open it, then come for your colors over here, choose any of the light colors over here. Okay, then come into your layer marks, make sure your brush is white, then we begin to paint. So over here you can change your blend mode to color. So we begin to paint. Okay, so let's paint. After you have finished painting, there are some places that you have to take out, so don't worry much about that. Okay. Okay, so let me reduce the size of the brush. So that's how we go about it. Okay, reduce the size. Let's do it this way. Okay. Okay. So press on X to invert the brush. So let's take our lips out. Okay, so come over here, take the lips out. Take this one too out. Okay. Let's take the eyes out. Okay. Take this one too out. Okay. Let's add the ear. This side, let's add something to it. So guys, you can see. So don't worry about the skin tone. You are going to reduce it over here. Come down, come down. So you can see. So I'm going to take the distinct two out. The new. Okay. Okay. So let's see. So before, after, before, after. So guys, you see you are getting somewhere. Okay. So let's come. Okay. Then reduce the color from here. Okay. So guys, you're going to do some trick over here because look at the face and the background also looks the same. So you have to do some small changes. So over here you can change the skin tone to any color. Okay. So let's go for, so let's name this one skin tone. Skin tone. So you can see before, after, before, after. So let's come over here, then do some few adjustments here to add contrast to what we are doing. So bring this one here, push this one a little bit, so before, after. Okay guys, let's go for the hue and saturation, and I'm going to mark something over here. Let's push this once, let's see. Okay, see which color might be different from what we are dealing with. Okay, so let me try this one. So what you are going to do is you are going to paint the face out of this in the hair. So let's come over here to our brushes, and then come to a normal brush. Let's increase the size of our brush. Okay, then let's paint. Okay, let's paint this one. I just want us to have a different color from the face so that it doesn't look distorted. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. So guys, you can see the skin tone. Okay, you apply to the skin. So let's manipulate this, bring this one down, or increase it. So let's put it 0. Then let's bring the contrast down a little bit. Okay. So okay. So guys, you can see. So if you want to create some light emitting from the background, let's increase the size of the brush, then do something like this. Okay, so okay, that's too much, so let's go back there. Okay. This color too, not bad. Okay. Okay, so this color too is not bad. So let's zoom in. Let's see this one. Okay. Okay. So let's group all once again. Let's group this one. Or Control Shift E. Then let's come back to camera raw. I hope guys are following me. It's just step by step. So you come back to camera raw. Then what you are going to do, I have some actions over here, some presets over here. I'm going to try how best it will work and add them to it. Okay, so let's see. Studio home base. Okay. So let me see this one. No. Okay. I think let's try this one. So let's see. Before, after, before, after. Good. So let's click OK. In fact, guys, I've already provided some of these things in one of my previous videos, the presets. So you shouldn't worry much. You duplicate and come again. Then let's come over here, then camera raw. Okay, so what you are going to do over here is we are going to add some small effects to it. So let's come to effects, then add some vignetting, a little bit of vignetting to it. The point, okay, let's make it this side like this. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so click OK. Okay, so guys, you can see our image. See our image. I really love the image. Okay, so guys, let's do our dodge and bend. Okay, so let me take this one out and let's do our dodge and bend. So let me create it by ourselves. So you come over here, come to the curves, then you increase, then name this dodge, name this dodge. Then you create another curves and adjustment layer. You bring it down like this. Then you name it bend. Okay. So let me bring this one down. Then let's group this one. Then let's name it D and J and D and B. Dodge and bend. Then always, you know, when I want to dodge and bend, I bring in my black and white, sorry, to help me see very well concerning the highlight and the shadows. Crash down these ones. Okay, so you can see that the effect is being taken place. So what you do is you click on this one, you press Ctrl I, you invert. You click on this one, you press Ctrl I, you invert this. So you can see. Okay, so let's bring the black and white and let's begin to dodge. When you are saying you are dodging, that means that wherever you see highlight, for instance, this side, they are highlights over here. So you dodge there. So they are highlights over here. So you see I'm dodging. Okay, so with this, let me reduce my brush, my opacity to 10. Then let me begin to dodge. When it's black, you should use a white brush. So let me dodge. And I have different ways of dodging my images, and I'll be doing that some today. Okay, let me dodge here a little bit. We're working on the okay, so let's move straight to the bend. Then look at how I'm bending. You can see that I'm not mixing it with the highlight, I'm doing it differently. Okay, and this one, the impression should be less. Okay, it shouldn't be too hard. The impression should be less. And this one, I'm going to leave the black and white. So with the dodge, I'll not stress it too much. With the bend, sorry. So you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do over here is take off the black and white. Then let's look at our dodge and bend before after. So what I'm going to do, you guys, you know always that I'll just change this black and white to, so you can see even a melanin skin, nice melanin skin. Then reduce it like this. Okay, I like to see some of these things, okay, in the skin. So the next thing I will do is I'll bring in another black and white over here. Then I'll crash it this way too. So I'll come to my skin glow over here, then click on the skin glow, continue. Okay, so what I'll do is the black and white will be, I can bring the black and white to the top here, then guys see, I'm applying the glue, so you can see how hard the glue is. And I'm going to use, so over here should be light impression. Okay, I'm going to use the opacity to reduce it. So let me increase the size of my brush, then come over here, and then same thing here, and then small impression here. Okay, so you can see it well. So X, okay, so over here reduce the size of our brush, and then let's do likewise over here. Okay, do the same thing here, do the same thing here, light impression here, light impression, okay, so come here, okay, so you can see this style. So what you're going to do next is take off our black and white, then look at what you have done. So let's take this one out. So you're going to reduce this. Okay. Okay. So the next thing that you are going to do is you are going to bring this one, which is a selective color. Let me delete this black and white. Then let's go to the selective color, choose our blacks, then push it a little bit like this. Okay, so you can see I've touched raw. Okay, so let's see our blacks. You can also see the blacks working very well. Okay, so from here let's go to our hue and saturation. Then we make some few things pop. So hue and saturation. Okay, then let's push our hues a little bit, then zoom in. So what you are going to do is Ctrl I to invert this, then let's paint this side, then let's paint here. Okay, then let's come here. Okay, then let's also come here like this. So I just want the makeup to pop well. Okay, then let's come to the lips, do the same thing to the lips, do the same thing here. Okay, do the same thing to the nail. Okay, so after doing it and you feel it's too much, you can see you can just reduce it a little bit like this. Okay, so guys, you can see. So let's group it again, and let's see before, after, before, after, before, after. So guys, you can see a whole lot of work has gone into Ctrl EI. So the next thing that you are going to do is you are going to do the eye whitening or eye enhancement. This one, if it's also having a black background, it wouldn't be bad. You also check on that one too and see. Okay, so we zoom in, so you are coming to deal with the eyes. You can see the image is very sharp. Okay, so enhancement, let's reduce the size of our brush, then let's begin to paint. Okay, paint. Okay, come to this side to do likewise. Sorry, do likewise over here. Okay, come here, do the size. Okay, do likewise. Okay, so from here you go to the sparkle of the iris, then you paint here, then you paint here too. Okay, and come for the iris color, change the iris color small, come here till you change it. Okay, so let's reduce 10, it's like this, come in here. So let's zoom out and see what we have done, if it looks perfect. Okay, so here let's reduce the opacity small. Okay, and then Ctrl Alt A, then let me come to camera raw. Okay, so in camera I'll do some few adjustments over here. Come to the effect, then push it a little bit like this, then we can the roundness. Okay, let's do it some way like this. Then let's come to basic, then let's take a little bit of shadow from this image, then let's bring the highlights down, let's bring the white down a little bit. Okay, let's bring the blacks down. See, before, after, before, after. Okay, let's go to the oranges, the colors. Okay, let's try to push the oranges down a little bit like this. Okay, come over here, then increase a little bit. So let's look at the before and the after. So before, after, before, after, before, after. Okay, so let's click OK. So let's zoom in, let's see what we have gotten so far. So let's group all this, bring one. So guys, you can see this is the before of this particular image, and let's look at the after, and this is the after. So before and after, before and after, before and after. So guys, if you find this tutorial to be helpful, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel, share this link to family and friends so that they can also join us to do more tutorials. Okay, have a blessed day, and remember, it's Pro Graphics. Bye bye.